What's up guys, it's Sam, back at you with another video, and after 3 months, or 4 months, of living in this house, yes, I'm finally going back to a creepy video. But before we get into that, I just want to say, yesterday, I freaking put my mugshot on a t-shirt and sold it, so go check that out. I got mugshot merch, it literally says, God dang it, right on the shirt. Yes, you guys can own my jail picture on your chest. A little weird, but let's do it. I'm sure my mom is proud of me, so go make her proud by checking it out. Other than that, the reason why I am doing this video, and I'm going to be telling you guys 5 rituals that are some of those dangerous rituals you can do, is because I'm gonna make you guys a deal. If this video gets to 50,000 likes, I am going to pick one of the rituals that I talk about in this video and do it as a follow-up video for this. So, 1, like the video, 2, comment which one at the end of the video after you've watched all 5, which one's the scariest, and I might do that one. I think that's a pretty fair deal.
I like hot dogs.
Nice. Now we got the scary mood going, let's get started. Just to clarify, there are these things called 3 a.m. challenges. Now I've done a few, but a couple YouTubers took it really far. And those 3 a.m. challenges kind of like went downhill pretty dang fast. Now the point of those were more to scare the viewer as opposed to actually summoning something. And then there are these things called like haunted sleepover games, like let's say Bloody Mary, where you just call out to something and it is again meant to just spook you. It's just like, oh no, you know, there's someone in my mirror, oh god. And then finally there's these things called rituals. Obviously, we've talked a lot about rituals before, but the difference between 3 a.m. challenges, haunted sleepover games, and rituals is the ritual is an actual act with a backstory that is meant to summon something into your life and or change the way you perceive the world. That is what makes them extremely dangerous, and that is what we are going to be talking about today, and probably gonna end up doing one. But if you guys want to go see my haunted sleepover games or my other haunted 3 a.m. challenges that are meant more to scare the viewer, make sure you go check it out. I have a playlist down below. But we are going to start off with probably the least dangerous ritual out of the 5, and that's gonna be called the living doll ritual. Not to be confused with the one-man hide-and-seek, although very similar. The one-man hide-and-seek, which I've done before and things have not gone very well. I've found you. I've found you. I've found you. The living doll ritual is actually meant to summon something, and as it says here, is a lot more dangerous than the one-man hide-and-seek. Fantastic. Or as I should say, God dang it! So backstory on the living doll ritual. This ritual actually includes something called scapegoat dolls, which in the Shinto rituals, sorry if I pronounce it wrong, is kind of a way of purification. People used to do this as to put all of their falls, like their sins, into a vessel, the scapegoat, and then cast it away. So they summon this thing into it, cast all their sins, and then boom, it goes away if you complete it. So hey, good thing if you win. However, this also goes into the art of voodoo, because you're putting your own DNA into a doll, which we'll get into a little later with the other rituals, but anything involving voodoo makes these games infinitely more dangerous because you are involving yourself. So, a quick overview on how to play the living doll game and why the heck you would play it. So you got 1 principal, you got 2 mirrors, 1 doll, candle, supply of salt, and then your scapegoat. The 2 mirrors are facing each other. Now if you watched the Stanley Hotel, you would know that 2 mirrors facing each other creates a vortex in which kind of calls in spirits. I don't know, it's not a good thing. You put a strand of your own hair and or any DNA onto the scapegoat doll. Now this is to create a distraction so that you can hide away from all the sins and all the evil possessions that's about to come. So at midnight you clear your home, so you're by yourself, you take your scapegoat doll, put the strand of hair on your doll. That person will be your other half, the person that hopefully this doll finds instead of you. You choose a home base, a hiding spot, and then a place to keep your scapegoat. Position the mirrors together, light the match, and then put the doll that you are going to invite a spirit into in the center of the vortex. I actually have no idea why people would do any of these games. When the clock strikes midnight, you light the candle with matches and then say the following words aloud 5 times. I leave for you a new body. Please take it. And then you repeat the words, let's play, let's play, let's play, let's play, let's play. So the point of the game is you run away and you say, please come find me. If you do, I'll give you my life. I don't really plan on giving anyone my life, but it's all good. Turn off all the lights. Do not speak. Do not make any noise. Do not leave a trail to your hiding spot. You wait, you let the doll try to find you. You're supposed to wait until it gets light outside or is about to become light, but that would be like 7 hours. So it's whenever you really want to end the game. If you can't can return to home base without this doll seeing you, or whatever voodoo has possessed this doll, then the game is over. You can say, you lose, game is over now, extinguish the candle, and then scatter salt on yourself, scapegoat, and the other doll. Thus, all these sins and bad energy should be in this scapegoat and be vanished. Boom, you won. But it says here, the doll might not be where you left it. Huh, wonder why, wonder how. Voodoo, great. It doesn't really tell you what happens if the doll finds you. All it says is the bad energy stays and it becomes worse. However, if everything turns out fine, then all you gotta do is destroy all the evidence, so the mirrors, the scapegoat, and the doll itself. You gotta be careful in the dark from here on out. What is that? I'm in the dark every single night. What is that supposed to mean? I don't know. So that is the living doll game. It's very similar to the one-man hide and seek, although it's actually supposed to help you, and then if not, it's just supposed to increase all the bad energy on yourself. So the next most dangerous game is called the Three Kings Ritual. Now this one I actually have done, and the reason why I put this on the most dangerous 5 rituals is because the Three Kings Ritual actually stemmed out like 10 other different rituals. Because of how dangerous this one is, people got the idea to form other rituals from it. The Three Kings Ritual is like the start of just a bunch of horrible things that happened in my life. So the general purpose is there's 3 kings, quote unquote. You are one of them. There's 2 other mirrors on either side, creating a vortex around you. Again, I don't know why we're always in mirrors and vortexes. It's not good. Again, I would never recommend this at home. The reason why it's cool is because in this one, the 3 kings get to talk to each other. So you get to talk to 2 spirits on either side. You don't get to look at them, but you get to ask them questions, and sometimes they'll give you answers. So that's the general overview. This is how you do it. What you're gonna need is a room, candles, lighter, water, electric fan, 2 giant mirrors, and then an alarm clock and or cell phone, whatever. So you start at 11. The thing is with this one is there's a couple of issues as to why it does work and why it might be fake. We'll get into that. You start at 11, you put the 3 chairs facing the same way, 2 mirrors on either side facing the middle chair. That's gonna be your chair, that's gonna be your shrine. You're gonna place the bucket of water and mug in front of you just out of reach and place the fan behind your throne. So you're gonna turn the fan on, you're gonna leave your bedroom, and then you're gonna go to sleep. Again, this is where it starts getting weird. So in the main event, you have to set an alarm for 3:30 a.m. So you are sleeping for only 3.5 hours and then waking up in the midst of everything. And at 3:33 a.m., you have to be in your throne, candle lit, and only facing forward in the dark. My one concern with this ritual is that a lot of the times, if you wake up in the middle of the night, you can be hallucinating, but this is how it starts. So you woke up with your alarm clock, you have a power object or something that makes you feel good next to you, and you have your 1 lit candle in front of you next to the mug and stuff like that. The fan is now on, so it is hitting your back, and basically if anything has gone wrong, like if you didn't wake up at 3, your phone didn't charge, your fan turned off, or anything weird, just do not do it, guys. It's not worth it if things are already going wrong before you start the ritual. But the point of the game is to keep your eyes forward, so towards the darkness. Literally, you're just staring at a candle and then darkness. You can't really see much because it's gonna be really dimly lit. You have to remain in this throne till 4:34, so about an hour. During that hour, you are supposed to be accompanied by this joker and a queen. So the queen is obviously the person that you trust, and it is a good spirit. Now the joker, on the other hand, is trying to take your throne and hurt you, obviously. You don't know really who to listen to because you don't know which one's which. However, you get to ask questions to these spirits, and like I said, that's basically the point of this game. Is during that hour, you stare off into the darkness, not really knowing what's up, but you get to ask these questions and hopefully get answers, even though you don't really know which one's true, so I don't really know why you do this anyway. However, the good thing is the people that created this ritual kind of left a little safety net. At any point, your body is suddenly moved out of the way, like let's say you got possessed, or you're hung, or someone's attacking you, the fan behind you will end up blowing out the candle in front of you. See how that makes sense? So the ritual will have ended. Perfect, you don't die. So it is dangerous in the sense of you might be strangled, but once you're strangled, the ritual's over and it'll probably stop. So basically that is the Three Kings ritual. You sit there for an hour next to a vortex of 2 spirits, and if you die, the ritual will end without you. So I guess it's good. But that ritual has led to so many other rituals, which is why it's on the most dangerous list. Moving on. Number 3 on my list is playing the Ouija board. Now, a lot of people have misconceptions about the Ouija board, but a lot of people don't even know how to play it. So that's what I'm gonna talk about today. I found this website called WikiHow, and literally it describes things in the weirdest way possible. So I'm going to explain the Ouija board through that. But first, just for all of you guys that are taking this very seriously, I do want to say that I talked to a Wiccan, someone who studies witchcraft, about how to properly use a Ouija board. And a lot of people use it wrong. A lot of people think that you just put your hands on it, you spin it around, and like you hope no one else is guessing, and then boom, it spells words. No, that is not how you're supposed to do it. And most people think that you're not even supposed to move the Ouija board at all. However, the Ouija board is not necessarily the thing that is being possessed. It is the spirit at hand possessing the situation to tell you something. So, in turn, you are supposed to actually be moving the planchette 50%, and whatever entity around is supposed to be telling you what to move and where to move, which is why it's creepy. And if you close your eyes, you can really tell if it spells out words and stuff like that. So if you are playing the Ouija board, again, wouldn't recommend, but if you are studying witchcraft or you just want to contact something, you can indeed move your hands on the Ouija board as long as where you're moving it is a feeling from some outside entity. That's the point. Now let's get into this amazing description on how you play the Ouija board. Number 1. Grab a few friends. Technically, the Ouija board can be played alone, but one of the main rules is that you can't play alone. So it's required to play with at least one player. Why would you say, I don't understand. Step 2, set the mood. You got dim lights, you gotta use candles, lighting incense, and burning sage, everything that we've always done before, and why we stopped doing the Ouija board, because it got too dangerous. The Ouija board is all about timing. Sometimes the board is ultra sensitive, but sometimes it's not. Remove all distractions. There should be no loud music, noise from the television, or kids running around. So yeah, if you got a bunch of kids, probably smack them in the face, knock them out. Turn all phones off. Accepting a call in the middle of the conversation might interrupt the progress. You think? Talking to Satan himself and you're like, sorry, one second, my grandma's calling. Step 3 for the Ouija board, you gotta sit down. Originally, the game was supposed to be played on your knees. You place the board on your knees? What? So once you got the board on your knees, you need to give the spirit some time to warm up. So after you ask some questions, you might not get answers right away. But the myth about moving the planchette to warm it up means absolutely nothing. Like, that is complete shit. The spirit's the one providing the answers, not the planchette. Why do people think they need to move the planchette? I don't know. But it says be polite. If you're talking to a highly communicative spirit, aka it's moving, be friendly. Don't freak out like we always do and actually talk to it. Getting angry or violent will just ruin the vibe of the board and the room. Yeah, dude, no bad vibes. Bring the good vibes, brother. And it says start simple and then be careful what you wish for. Don't ask stupid or silly questions. Like, what did Billy tell his sister about me? Why are these the examples? Oh, but here's a good thing. If you do ask about the future, just know that spirits are like us mortals. Spirits can't see the future. So they're just messing with you if they tell you your sister's gonna die in a week. Why are these the examples? And then once your fingers are on the planchette and you're asking questions politely and not asking stupid questions, the planchette should move with the force of you and the spirit to answer any questions you may have. And then all it says, you gotta move the planchette to goodbye, and then before you box up your board, rub it with a soft, dry cloth. This keeps it clean and prevents dust and moisture from building up. Does that have anything to do with... I think that's just how to keep something clean. Why is... I don't know. So number 2 for the most dangerous games on the list is called the Raven Man. Most ravens are often looked upon as like a sign of death or like a lost soul. So just already we know this is not going to be a good thing. Now the point of the Raven Man comes from the stigma of how long this raven has always been, you know, the sign of evil and death and stuff like that. This raven and the spirit of the raven has been around for a very, very long time. So it is wise. And if you can summon it correctly, this spirit can give you a lot of answers if you act nice and you do it right, which never really happens, so don't try it. However, it's pretty easy to play this game. All you need is one person, a dark room, salt, 5 candles, a match to light the candles, a sharp object, and a talisman. A talisman is basically an object that protects you or makes you feel safe. All you gotta do is at the beginning of the night, draw curtains, make sure no light leaks in, line up a salt circle, and then 5 candles in front of you. Don't step into the salt circle. Using the matches or lighter, you gotta light the first 4 candles in sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you don't know how to count, probably not the ritual for you. You have to recite the following incantation, lighting 1 candle per line. On this dark night, I call on the Raven Man. Appear before me here and now and do my will. Those are the 4 first candles. And then on the 5th one, using your sharp object, pierce your finger until it bleeds. Why? What? Touch the blood to the 5th candle and recite the flame flame is my beacon, the blood is my sacrifice. And then while your blood is on the 5th candle, light the 5th candle. I don't do this. This is not good. I don't want anyone to cut themselves. Jesus. So after you light the 5th candle, if the Raven Man accepts you, his presence will be known. He will be inside the salt circle that you put in front of yourself. However, he might not be seen. His energy might be around the room, but you might not be able to see him. Basically, what you can do there is ask any questions you want, basically like a Ouija board. Hopefully you'll get some side of yes or no, or a knock, or anything like that. And just like the Ouija board, you have to be very respectful or things go very, very wrong. Make sure to put out the candles one by one as you snuff them, speaking the words as follows. I release you now, Raven Man. Do not blow out the candles. You have to use a candle snuffer or pinch them with your fingers. You don't know how to pinch a candle, again, do not do this. You're probably gonna hurt yourself or light yourself on fire. Take the salt that's around that the Raven Man was encompassing and put that around your doorsteps leading into your home. That'll help you be protected from anything coming in or out of your home. Always keep that object of protection close to you, especially for the first couple days after this. So yeah, basically if you don't mind burning yourself and cutting up your fingers and then being super satanically ritual-y, then do the Raven Man challenge. Boom! Alright, before we do the finale, the final one on the list, the #1 uno most dangerous game in all of 3am challenges that I know of, I just want to say, 1, if this gets 50,000 likes, I'm gonna do one of these rituals. Dumbass. 2, go check out my mugshot on a shirt. Link in the description. I don't know why I put that on the shirt. I'm probably gonna be in legal trouble for doing that. So while it's still up, go get my god dang it merch. Okay, so last one is the most dangerous one, is surprisingly the one game that I have done the most out of every single 3am challenge. And yes, that is the midnight game. Now, because you guys have watched this so much, I'm just gonna go over the wiki how of this midnight game because I found it hilarious. But with that being said, I do honestly think this is the most dangerous game. I looked up on like 25 different websites in the last 6 minutes. Midnight game, midnight game, midnight game is absolutely on every list the #1 scariest game out there. I think that's the first one I ever played, which, okay, between you and me, I haven't talked about this with my other roommates, but think about the timestamps on these YouTube videos and think about when everything started to get really haunted in our old house, the trap house. I think, this is just a theory, when I did the midnight game was when everything started getting really haunted. Like, when did we play haunted games or go to haunted houses or do haunted rituals or anything with the paranormal before the midnight game? I honestly think this game haunted Corey, me, Colby, Elton, Jake, and Aaron. It's really weird, but think about that for a second. And if you haven't seen that video, link in the description. All right, so let's figure out how to play. Write your name on a piece of paper. The name here is Joseph Bro 2. Whose last name is Bro 2? I don't know. It says include your first, middle, and last name. So Joseph's his first name, Bro is his middle name, and 2, just the number 2 is, okay, moving on. Take your needle and prick a finger and put a single drop of blood on the same piece of paper that you wrote your name on. Again, what's up with piercing yourself? I don't know. And then what the heck, on like number 3, this picture is just a freaking drop of water. What? Blood is clear. I love WikiHow. Light your candle, turn out all the lights. The fun is about to begin. Ooh. So Joseph Bro 2, you got your water droplet right there. Attach the paper to your door and get ready, as it has to be a wooden door. Knock on your door 22 times, while the last knock being exactly when 12 strikes at midnight. Open the door, blow out your candle, close the door, and quickly relight your candle. The Midnight Man is now in your house. Oh, fantastic. Prepare to meet the Midnight Man. Sounds like a fantastic guy. All right. Now you have summoned the Midnight Man, and he is in your house. No turning back now. Your goal now until 3:33 a.m. is to avoid the Midnight Man. Wait, there's no other anything? What? This is it? That's literally all this WikiHow has. Like, what, you're just stranded until 3:33 and there's a guy in your house? For all of you guys that actually want to know how to play and see it done, just go watch my Midnight Man video. But the reason why this is the most dangerous one is this actually used to be a ritual that you would serve to the punished people. There's an old pagan ritual used, now considered the midnight game, as a punishment for those who dared to disobey the gods. Basically, people would like banish these guys and say, you have to invite invite this demon into your house, and you have to survive for 3.5 hours in your house without you being attacked by this midnight man. There is no benefit to playing this game. There is no reward. There is no prize. Literally all you do is you summon this guy into your house, try to withstand for 3.5 hours, and if you do, he still haunts you after 3:33 a.m. It's just less of like a haunting thing. Like, you still gotta watch out. So I don't know why anyone has ever done the Midnight Man.
All right, guys, the only people willing enough to play this midnight game. Tonight, we play round 2. Tonight, we resummon the Midnight Man.
In the past couple videos I've done, my friends and I have been playing the Midnight game. I don't know who would be that stupid. All right, but anyway, I just want to say don't try any of these. All I'm trying to do is tell you about these games because I think they're cool and spooky, and one of these games I'm gonna do if you get this to 50,000 likes. So leave the demon summoning ritual, I don't know, ghosty stuff to me, the semi-professional ghost hunter. But again, guys, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I like making creepy videos every once in a while, as long as it's not dangerous. Things like this are awesome. There's a ton of other rituals that I did not get into. Just for example, like the sever the cord ritual, there's the doors of your mind, the white kimono game, etc, etc. Like, I got so many more games, so if you want a part 2 to this video for the next top 5 most haunted rituals, again, let me know in the comments. I would love to do another video like this, where it doesn't actually include the danger yet. But with that being said, go check out my mugshot merch down below, and I will see you guys next week with another video, possibly a 3 a.m. challenge. So adios.